Hi, welcome everyone. Today we are doing a tutorial on structure detection analysis using RStudio. So by name it means that when you propose many variables in a regression analysis, uh, you want to reduce them but you don't want to remove any variables. So another way is to form a structure of the variables so that the independent variables are explaining few variables which are in the middle and the few variables which are in the middle are explaining the dependent variable. So this way this can make a structure. So let's see its requirements. So rather than reducing the data in the explanatory factor analysis, which is principal factor analysis, this analysis forms subgroups of the proposed variables. This method is only suitable if the set of variables are theoretically forming subgroups. Like in economics, we make economic, social, and political variables in a model. So we make subgroups. So in this regression analysis, it helps in reducing the proposed independent variables by making indices of subgroups. So technically, it is not reducing variables; it is making a new layer of variables which are explaining the independent variable. So this way, we can form a new layer of variables which we can call it mid in between variables, and there will be, so if your independent variables are like 20, you can form 3 or 4 subgroups. So it means your in between variables are 4, and these 4 variables will explain the dependent variable. So let's go towards RStudio and see how this analysis is done. So for this, there are few libraries that are required, that is PSYCH and Polycore, ReadXL, GPA rotation, it's for rotation metrics, and for Tidyverse for data management. So when I read it, so it will load the libraries. Okay, so then we go towards reading the data. So let's first of all read the data. So we have data of same car sales data. So now we are trying to reduce the 9 variables to make a subgroup. So we have, so next is we are sub-selecting the variables. So these are 9 variables that I have sub-selected and making a new data file. So it's df1, and there are only 10 variables now which are the relevant ones. Then I will remove the correlation, remove the missing values, and then we'll make a core plot to see if there is high correlation. So you can see there is high correlation here in the red, and the dark blue ones here there is high correlation. Then we go towards, there is another graph, okay, that can help you to make let's see if the graph is coming. So it will help you to make the correlation tests. So okay, so it will be used later on. So then we, so it's DFI factor. So when I do this, so it's the chi-square test, which is the Bartlett test, and it is significant. So it means that there is data is sufficient to form indices. Then there is a KMO test, which is also high. Its overall is 0.83, so it's higher than 0.6. This shows that overall the data is adequate to form indices. So these two tests should be, so the KMO value should be bigger than 0.6, and the Bartlett test should be significant. Then we go towards the indicators. So these are the correlation plots. So in our previous tutorial on the principal factor analysis, I used only silver color. Here there are two colors. The purple ones are, the purple dark magenta ones are negative black, and the green are positive correlations. Then if you make the other, so you can see the rectangle. So the nearness shows the degree of correlation between them. Now the command that we are using is the name is 3-factor, and then we use the factor analysis using principal axis factoring, that is PA. So we are using PA method, principal axis factoring. So I will write it here. PA is principal axis factoring approach, and the rotation is Varimax. So then when I do it, so it will do the analysis in the background, and it will sort based upon the commonality, and these are the commonalities. So all the variables have correlation with the proposed dependence. So we can see only a type variable has small lower correlation, while others have high correlation. So we may reduce it later on if we think that it is not suitable. So then we, what we'll do is we will see for this uniqueness. So this way its uniqueness can be measured. Then we go for principal access factoring, and when we'll do the analysis. So this table shows that we can make two groups because two of them are above the line. So but the method is suggesting three. Okay, so according to them the three are better proposed. You can form three indices out of 9 variables. So you can store the three indices here. So df3 will show the index. So it is showing 2 because I have done 2 here. uh, 3. So it is showing 2 because 2 are above here. So but you can make 3. I will show you later on. So then you can print the 3 factor results. So here you can see that out of 2 indices these are 2 groups. So you will group them based upon their correlation. So type is in group A, price is in group B, engine is in group B, horsepower is group B, wheelbase is in group A, width is in group A. So the variable which has high correlation in the particular group will go in that group. So there are 2 groups. Okay, so similarly there are few tests as shown here. So this refactor reliability test. Okay, so and then we'll go towards the graph to see further. So we can do the factor graph. So print 3 factor loadings. Let's do it again. Let's see where it is. Yes, so it's a table. So these are showing. So cut off all small correlations are removed. So you can say the type is in part A, and the V price in B, engine is in price B. So we have subgroups available. So we can name the variables based upon the variables. Okay, so now we can make a data diagram. So here you can see, let's pick it up. So it is showing us that there are two indices, two groups to be formed, and they are, so group A is for these variables, group B is for these variables. So this way we have divided our how many variables, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 variables into two groups. So what you can do is you can add a line from here and connect it with the dependent variable. So these two variables are a layer between the regression, so that rather than using 10 variables you are with 2 variables. So this way you can do the data structure detection method in RStudio. Hopefully you understood the method, and you can get the commands in the text below. Hopefully you like the video. Please share and subscribe. Thank you very much.